The day you retire, your employer throws you a small party. Of course, if you are lucky enough, then they hand you a certificate. They shake your hand and wish you well. The government, on the other hand, sends you your first NSSF payment and then silence. Nobody sits you down and says, here is what the next 30 years of your life should look like. No one sits you down and tells you that this is how you plan your wealth, this is how you plan your finances. They don't do it, not financially, not emotionally, and not practically. Your employer did not do that. The government doesn't do it either. And most of the time, nobody in your family has the information on what to do. So you retire and you start figuring out things on your own, alone, and you do what they say, you learn on the job in real time. You make mistakes that you can't undo. And with 20 to 30 years still ahead of you, you find yourself in a difficult situation. And so let me give you a number that most people never think about until it's too late. The average Kenyan professional retires at 60 years, sometimes 55. But the life expectancy in Kenya today is 80, 70, 75, 80. And so that is 20 years or 30 years, possibly 35, with no salary coming. And this is the uncomfortable truth that no one tells you. Most people spend more time planning for a wedding, a single day event, than they spend planning for their retirement, which is a 20 or 30 years time. We plan for flowers, and I'm not against weddings, but we plan for flowers, we plan for the venue, we plan for what people will eat. But 30 years after your last paycheck, we trust that somehow things will work out. We spend time planning for people who have died. You spend weeks, 10 days, 20 days, planning for a burial for someone who has died. That's going to take place for one day. But we don't take time to plan for our retirement. That alone should tell you that there's a problem with the system. And so I want you to think about this carefully. After 30 years of contributions, the average NSSF covers less than 30% of what most professionals were earning before retirement. Less than 30%. If your expenses are 100,000 per month, rent and food and everything, NSSF covers 30,000. So that means that 70% of your pre-retirement lifestyle, your rent, your food, you have no plan towards it. You have to figure it out on your own. And that is not a small problem. That's what I call the retirement gap. So the space between what the system gives you and what your life actually wants is a gap. And you don't know about this until you retire. So retirement is not the end of your financial life, it's the beginning of your most expensive life. I've got 5 things that will determine your retirement. I'm going to go through this. So what actually determines whether your retirement will be comfortable or catastrophic? So after working with professionals across the country, I can tell you that it comes down to 5 numbers. Number 1, whether your pension actually covers your needs, and I've told you that it doesn't. Number 2, whether you have investments that are working for you before retirement. Number 3, whether you avoided the financial mistakes that most retirees make in their first years of working. Then number 4, whether you build an income from your skills and expertise. Because when you have 30 years of experience working, you've got a lot of knowledge and expertise that can help someone else. And then number 5, whether your mindset survived that transition. Because retirement is not just a financial event, it's an identity event. Who are you? You have been a teacher for 30 years, you have been a doctor for 30 years, you have been an accountant for 30 years, and you are retiring. Who do you become? That's the identity that we talk about. And generally, the mental and the emotional side of retirement is the conversation that nobody talks about. Your HR doesn't talk about it, your financial advisor doesn't talk about it. So, what are some of the costly mistakes that retirees make? So, there are so many, but I've narrowed down to three core mistakes that when you avoid, then you'll be on the better side of retirement during your planning. And so these are not theoretical, these are the things that actually happen. Mistake number one, trusting that the pension will be enough. And I've said this is wrong because pension will cover maybe 30%, but the remaining number, you have to take care of it, what I call the retirement gap. So by by the time you are 2 years into retirement, your NSSF will be running low. And so there's a very little that you can do about it. Mistake number two, putting everything into land. Land is not a bad investment, but land is not liquid. And as I've always said on this platform, that retirement runs on cash flow. You need liquid cash to run your retirement. I have seen retired professionals who own multiple plots of land but cannot pay a hospital bill because they are asset rich but cash poor. When a medical emergency comes at 60 or at 50, you cannot sell a quarter piece of land faster so that it covers your emergency. Mistake number three, retiring from work and accidentally retiring from purpose. Nobody talks to you about this, but it's one that destroys health very fast. A doctor who has been a doctor for 30 years, 40 years, wakes up on a certain Monday with no people to take care of. They are no longer a doctor. A teacher who has been doing the same, they are no longer teacher. So who are you? Within 12 to 18 months, many retirees experience depression. They experience rapid physical decline. They experience marital strain and loss of self that nobody warned them about. This is the retirement mental health crisis, and it's very real. Three mistakes, and all of them are preventable. All of them are very common, and all of them will be addressed in the workshop that I want to talk to you about. So, there's a workshop series due to demand. There's a workshop series that I bring to you. This is one of a kind workshop that I've not seen it in the country. No one is doing it. The government is not doing it, and the employer is not doing it. The retirement planning training workshop. This is a full day immersion workshop that not a talk, not a seminar, not a 2 hour event. It's a full day immersion workshop specifically designed for the Kenyan profession who are 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10 years into retirement. And this is what the workshop covers. It it helps you to understand your pension and what it actually pays you. Number two, it helps you to understand your retirement financial blueprint. Many people, no one teaches you about finances before you retire. And so you retire and find yourself in a place where you don't know what actually to do. How do you calculate how much you need every month? How do you do a post retirement budget? How do you create a financial plan that's designed for your 30 years? Number three, what are some of the investments? During retirement, you are more concerned about capital preservation. So, what are some of the smart investment strategies that you can do before and after investment? Number four, we talk about in this workshop, we talk about the 7 costly mistakes that retirees make and how to avoid them. The decision that drain retirement savings in the first 3 years of retirement. Then the fifth, we'll look at something critical. How do you turn your skills into income? You've worked for 30 years, for 40 years. You have a lot of skills, expertise, knowledge that the market actually needs. How do you turn that into consulting? How do you turn that into training? How do you convert that into advisory work or even a business that will be able to pay you for the next 20, 30 years that will be in retirement? And then finally, we talk about in this work in the workshops, we talk about something that no one talks about, the retirement mental health crisis. This is a session that is led by a professional. The psychological and emotional transition of retirement, managing identity loss, finding purpose, protecting your mental health, and thriving post your career years. So this is one full day, but 6 powerful sessions and everything that nobody prepared you, all of them in one room. And who is this workshop built for? This workshop is built for basically all the professionals. Are you a teacher, a doctor, an accountant, an engineer, a civil servant, a nurse, a banker? Anyone who has given their professional lives into a career and now they're asking themselves one simple question: what comes next? What do I do after retirement? And you'll bear witness with me that no one has ever prepared you for this. So whether you are 10 years into retirement or 1 year into retirement, or you've already retired and you want to build a plan, you want a plan, something that will enable you, give you a peace of mind, this is for you. And we are running it into a series. It will be a three series, 3 events in a year. We have got one workshop in April. We have got one workshop in August. Then we shall be having another workshop in December. You don't want to miss this one. You don't want to lose your money after retirement and then start regretting. So this is an investment that will make your future self be very grateful that you did it. I'm going to leave the details for you. Just check in the description. I'm going to leave how do you join, what else will you learn. I'm going to leave all those details in the description for you. So you planned your career, you studied, you showed up, you worked for 20 years, you worked for 30 years, sometimes 40 years. Now it's time to plan for what comes next with the same seriousness, because this one, no one prepares you for this. With the same seriousness, with the same intention, and the same right guidance, we are going to guide you across that. So the link to register for the April workshop is in the description. If you can't be found in April, they will do the same in August, and then we'll do the same in December. The sessions will be recorded so that if you can't attend the live session, the recorded sessions will be available. Just let us know, and then we shall have the sessions available for you. The recorded sessions. The seats are limited, and the date is coming